Seb, I'll go to your line. Aggressively, confidently, and with tons of conviction, neutral. Seb, has that changed after that speech on Friday from Chairman Powell?
It hasn't, Jonathan. We're still having the mother of all debates between the bulls and the bears. The bulls are being pragmatic and saying, look, earnings are growing 11% and rates are coming down. So those two things are pretty good for markets. And the bears are saying, well, the economy is slowing. And you can look at economic surprises indices, for example, or manufacturing PMIs going into the 47, 46 range, or the labor market. So the bears are concerned with the economy. And of course, Jonathan, they're concerned with high valuations. So what do? When you see both sides making compelling arguments, you know that over time, stocks and bonds will deliver a return. And I'm adding bonds to that statement because we're getting into a rate cutting cycles. So you stay fully invested in your stocks and your bonds at a risk level that matches your long-term risk tolerance. And so it's not exciting. If you want to make it exciting, you say you're aggressively neutral.
Sebastien Page at Rowe Price, thank you. Looking forward to catching up with you next time. Leave it there. Come on, Seb, give me more than that. When you sit there and you hear the argument from the bulls and the argument from the bears, who wins out in your mind? Who has the most convincing argument at the moment?
John, you scared me. I thought I was getting thrown off the air right away. Look, the hook. Here's how I think about the stocks versus bonds debate. You have to have more conviction to be bearish than to be bullish. Over time, stocks outperform bonds, if you go back to 1940, by 7.3% with a hit rate of 70%. So when you're in that situation, the base case, the base rate, which is really important in forecasting, matters. So if you force me to take a position, I'm going to say, I'm going to hold stocks in this environment. Look, I don't think we're getting into a recession. You have a lot of guests over the last few days saying we're slowing down, but it's not a recession. I'm in that camp, Jonathan.